Welcome back to the wormhole. Whoa, William Nicole? Nicole, you
Oh,
changed.
only for the worse, I promise.
Na-
Oh, you're a special guest.
Naturally. My heavens. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well.
It's
Doing
good to see you.
well.
Greetings from
Yeah,
Earth, I can
likewise.
see.
Yes. This is a gift from my wife, and as a credit to her knowledge of my techno acumen requirements. Notice there's no seventh symbol because
Correct.
all the
Perfect.
other so much merchandise has the Earth symbol. That makes no sense. You get a busy signal, guys. Come on, you know
That's
this.
exactly right. And
No,
most people are like, what's
You
a
darling
busy signal?
yourself.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, so I love this shirt. This is actually the first time I've worn it. I've saved it for an occasion just like this.
So,
Oh, that's
Nicole
special.
Nicole is not here. And
Mhm.
well, she's in there, but let's hear from Nicole first. So, here we go.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here and say thank you to everybody for your support on Wormhole Extremists these last few years. I am getting off this journey at the moment, but the journey will continue with David and Yvie, and I will now be supporting them from the sidelines with you guys, which is going to be great. I'm going to be an absolute chaos gremlin in that comment section, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how my journey continues and how Yvie and David's journey continues. And I'm looking forward to crossing paths with everybody over the years. You know, Stargate's got such a fun journey ahead of it. And while I'm sad to be getting off now, as it's like ramping up to come back, I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes and seeing what Stargate has to say about it. So thank you so much for being so wonderful and supportive. And I'm gonna miss it, but that's life sometimes. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. And I'm gonna end this on maybe I should say something profound. Nothing comes to mind. Let's blow it. Bye.
So, this has been a really tough few days to process this, hasn't it, Yvie?
It has been tricky.
The fact of the matter is that Nicole is about to do some extraordinary things with her career, and the amount of energy that it takes to do this show is quite severe.
Mhm.
So, um, I've been this has been one of the hardest things I've had to do in my life is
Yes.
to sit here. Oh, Will, look, one of the reasons that you're on right now is that you and Amy are my family. I love you, and it's very important to me that you know someone that I trust can sit in that chair for a couple of weeks and help us get through this because it's not going to be easy.
Mhm.
But Yvie and I are just in this place where we have another almost 100 episodes to do, and
Yep.
we're going to do our best with it, and with some rotating guests. I think that that's going to be a big opportunity for us, but also
Yep.
I'm going to miss Nicole's energy.
Oh,
But I'm fortunate that we're going to have
absolutely.
her back probably more than lately on Dial the Gate, because I'm going to be in London at least for part of this year. So she and I are probably going to do a bit of a tour over there when I'm not
Mhm.
at Stargate. And we're going to have her continue to be a contributor there. But she has some goals in mind that she needs the mental bandwidth to execute. And so
Yes.
she's in the chat right now. So say hello to Nicole in there. And she's going to be going in and out per her schedule. So we're going to let her do her thing. She's going to keep her moderating crown. So everyone look out, because she's got the big wrench. I guess it's not a wrench anymore. It looks like a
It's like a stop sign or something, or a
hexagon.
shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's where I'm at. Yvie?
Well, I just want to say that this is going to be a new chapter for us, but we will forever be grateful for Nicole's ongoing contribution.
Oh my God.
And we look forward
No
to
words.
seeing what the future has in store for her. You know, we're thrilled to be along for the ride, and
Front row seats.
This is going to be a little bit different, and it's going to take a lot of getting used to. And I think that Nicole-shaped seat in Wormhole Extremists is going to be impossible to fill. So we just might have to reshape that seat.
Well,
and try and match the same enthusiasm for the show that she
that's it.
has.
William, you're on.
No, it's just
Take the stage, William.
yeah, no. Nick, David, you said up front is someone a spirit like Nicole's can only do great things in their life, and she the opportunities she now has and that she's going to pursue are only going to result in just amazing output. So I'm glad we're all staying in touch. I'm glad she's still here. She's such a unique presence.
Yeah.
Especially considering the fact that her perspective as such a relative to all of us young Stargate fan, it's a perspective that is not only needed, it was welcomed. And is just such a lovely, she brings such a lovely energy to any kind of conversation. We can often tread just the same repetitive ground, but she would always bring something, and does bring something new and unique to the discussion.
Absolutely.
Yvie, you said it. There's no replacing. There's no, to quote Valeris in Star Trek 6. She can only be succeeded, and that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Very good. Awesome. So I have a bad example, and I think Will may have a bad example.
I do.
So,
Oh,
right.
excellent. Okay, so it'll be me in the hot seat trying to guess very poorly.
And Will. So let's see
Okay.
what we can see. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's have it.
I may have actually done this one before.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
either water. Oh no, wait.
No, that's
No.
the Stargate.
You have to give the audience a second.
Okay, I have two theories. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just trying to think of the name of the episode. I'm gonna need some help from the internet.
Can I get my guess?
Not yet.
Okay.
Are you in the chat? Are you reading the chat? Nick got it. Will, do you have the chat up?
I do. Yep.
Okay, good. You're going to need it for the episode.
Yes.
Nicole got it.
Yeah.
Matter of time.
Matter
Excellent.
of time. Yes. Yeah. I couldn't think of the name, but I knew what episode it was instantly because of the little dangling. They look like little ants. Ants on a string.
It was the bomb. No. Because it was a bomb.
Chasing after a sandwich.
Alrighty. Jeez. All right. Very good. Of course, Nicole's got it. Okay.
Of course.
Awesome. All right, Will, what do you got?
All right, here we go. And this is my inaugural bad example, so I apologize for nothing.
Oh, I love it. Oh, okay.
The thing.
Initially,
the thing is in front.
Yeah, initially I was thinking Abyss, but that doesn't explain the tears unless you're talking about the.
Is it Lost City?
Oh, yes, it would be. He's in the ancient capsule thing.
Yeah, it's very good. That's exactly it.
I love it. And it's that Sam crying.
Yes, that's exactly it.
And guess who got it again? That's it. Very good,
That
Nicole.
is awesome.
Nicole, you should stick around.
Jeez.
Man, well done. Good job.
Nicole
That's really
the
good.
Undisputed champion of bad example.
I'm very impressed with that bad example, actually. That was very bad.
That is good. I love it. I love it. I love it how Jack has volume, but Sam is a little stick figure.
That's it. He's encased in carbonite. William, tell us a little about who you are and where you're from and your Stargate story.
Oh gosh. I live in Southeast United States. I've been a Stargate fan since the late 90s. Watched it on a 9-inch black and white TV when it was on syndication, so I was always at least a year behind.
Wow.
but yeah, no, yeah, just yeah, finally, getting into college and having cable. Boy, was that a eye-opening experience, and
Game changer.
yeah, no, so yeah, been a huge fan of the show all the way through. Like I said, late '90s into its run through the 2000s, and certainly through Universe in 2011. I got to know David and Evie and everyone in 2019, and been great friends since then, and just so thrilled to see Stargate continue to build interest over since the final run in 2011, and now with the new show announced, just the energy is palpable. But yeah, so so I'm an engineer by trade. These days I just actually started a new job helping to design the next generation of nuclear power plants in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's cool. Before that, I've been actually
That's very
working at
cool.
some nuclear facilities.
Yeah.
He is an egghead. A good one.
Yeah. Yeah. In the world of McKays and Carters and Rushes, I'm more like a Brody, unfortunately. I'm going to be honest, but it's just going to be real with you.
I know exactly what that means.
Or the engineering, but yeah, outside of work, I do dabble in some prop making and 3D printing and cosplay and stuff like that.
Yeah, your cosplays are incredibly detailed.
They're very cool.
Thanks.
Yeah,
They are
I just hope that you can
awesome.
shove AA batteries into an MP3 player much easier than Brody can. So
I promise nothing, especially under pressure. But,
that's it. Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Man, well, cool. That's I'm hoping for some kind of a tour at some cool place at some point. I've done, I've never done a nuclear facility. I've done Hoover Dam, but I mean, especially since COVID and everything else now, it's probably less likely. But one of these days, I'm hopeful. So
Donnie's bucket list.
Oh,
the nuclear power plant.
The nuclear power plant. Alrighty, guys, we're ready to rock and roll here. Has Raj Luthra, has William worked at NIF before?
The National Ignition Facility. Yeah, that's one of the places where they've been working on fusion out west in California.
Oh.
The answer is no. I did dabble in fusion research in undergraduate. Yeah, it was,
Okay.
but no, yeah, and it's funny, I almost had a gig at NIF through an old utility that I worked at, a power company, when every now and then there's excitement in fusion comes and goes, but no, I've been a fission man my whole life. That's what's making electricity these days.
Yeah.
So but the next generation of nuclear power plants, literally 100 times safer than the current ones. Hopefully it'll be a lot easier to build. I'm excited to be a part of it. So
man,
see what happens in the next few years.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Fallout?
Legacy.
Oh, I'm a Fallout. I'm a Fallout fiend. You can't see it, but I've got a Fallout shelf just about 2 meters to my right.
Do you have a Pip-Boy?
I do have a Pip-Boy. Yes, I have a couple of them actually.
Of course, he has a Pip-Boy.
That's one of my super long-term project bucket lists, is to make a super custom one. And do all have it fully functional, with all the gadgets and gizmos on it and all that jazz. But yeah,
series is good.
Cool.
Enjoyed it.
Oh, the series is a masterpiece.
Okay. Is season 2 still airing, or is it done?
It's done. Yeah, it wrapped up a little while ago, but season 3 has been greenlit, so that's going to happen.
Oh, it has been. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I know Adam's been watching it, and I think he's been enjoying it because he was a huge fan of the game as well.
Yeah, and honestly, the level of quality and it's not just budget, but what they did with it gives me a lot of faith for new Stargate through Amazon.
I gotta say,
exactly.
I'm so pleased to hear you say that, because there are a lot of folk, probably myself included to a certain extent, who are a little bit dubious, but you've got to remain positive, and it's good to see there are some examples out there of
some good examples.
Yeah, some good examples of some gaming and TV shows being done that actually pay tribute to the original IP.
Amazon has proven that it can do it well.
Yep.
For sure. I mean, I don't suppose you have to remain positive. I mean, it's helpful. Yeah. What'd you say,
Skeptical is probably the right word.
William, you were saying?
Oh no, I was saying, if it, even before Fallout, Amazon's work on the Expanse is a much more direct, example, and that's something they lifted from
Okay.
sci-fi. So,
Exactly. So that may be a better analog.
yeah, there are a lot, but there's a lot of good
Mm.
data. It can be done. Amazon can put out good stuff. They can respect, as Evie was saying, prior works, either reference source material or picking up a show from a different producer and finishing it up. It can be done. So I remain cautiously optimistic. Like, they got the right people in the room. They can put the money into it.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
That's it. All righty. Will, thank you for being here. Let's get nuts.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and pull up
exciting,
on our
Moebius.
screens. We're going to have Moebius Part 1. Now, this is a two-parter.
Prep
And
my
Will, you will be back
yes.
for next week. And
That's
then
right.
Jeremy Heiner will be joining us for Avalon 1 and Siege 3 when we go over the hill. But we
Yes.
also do have a midweek movie, not this coming Wednesday, but the
Yes, we
following
would.
Wednesday. Will, do you think you might be
Cool.
available for that?
Depending on the time.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's going to be tricky because it's usually 2 o'clock. Well, it's this time of day on Wednesdays.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's when, if you're thinking about Wednesday, March 11th, I am already unavailable. So I apologize.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
we will figure that out. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring on the show. Let me pull this up here. So Moebius Part 1. You guys have the episode queued up to the beginning?
I do. Yep.
So,
Waiting,
Will,
ready to go.
since this is your first, yes, ma'am. Since this is your first time around, I'm going to project my screen here so that you can, if you lose track, you can reset to the timer, okay?
Very good. Okay.
Do you see that there?
I do, yeah.
Perfect. So everyone else should as well. All right. Moebius Part 1, everyone. This is, once again, we have got no MGM lion at the beginning of it. So if you see that angry teddy bear, you go ahead and you just speed past him now, and then we will start. Moebius 1, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Yvie.
Hello.
And oh my God, William Murphy. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am well. For anyone with questions, go and watch the live stream recorded on March the 1st, 2026.
Yes.
Nicole is actually in the chat right now. So we did the old
She
switcheroo.
is indeed.
Did anyone
Yeah.
notice that that did not look like the Daedalus?
I
It was
didn't
very crude
notice
outline,
it, yeah, look-wise, but I'm pretty sure this is the first mention of the Daedalus in the franchise, if I'm not mistaken.
It is
And
indeed.
the ship would obviously become a regular presence in Atlantis, though it's only mentioned in passing on SG-1 sort of after this.
That's
Yeah,
correct. So the Daedalus wasn't finished in design yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Yvie, and I was about to say Nicole, William, feel free to talk over us. This is all very collaborative.
Okay.
We don't, because we can't see each other for the cues that we would normally give each other. So feel free to step on
Yeah.
toes.
All right.
The more dominant
step
person
on-
wins.
Usually it's me with a bulk of like pre-written
Usually it's you.
notes.
Yvie, who did we just lose?
Catherine. Yeah, we lost Catherine, so she doesn't appear on screen, obviously, but
She was offered
she
to
is
appear.
departed.
Oh, really?
Was she?
I reached out to Elizabeth Hoffman a few years ago before her death, and she confirmed that they did ask and invite her to come on, and I explained the
Okay.
story beats to her. And after the end of our conversation, I just asked her, I said, had you known then what you know now, would you have accepted and come out of retirement and done the part? And she said, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh no. Oh dear. Because like this episode was sort of intended to be a series finale, so there are several actors that do reprise their roles. So,
Yeah.
you've got Don S. Davis as Hammond, Colin Cunningham as Major Davis, even Robert Wisden as Samuels, and in
Yeah.
part 2 we see Peter Williams again as
Absolutely,
Apophis and
yeah.
Jay Ackervone as Kowalski, so it would have fit in there if she was willing and able to return.
That's right.
But alas, it didn't happen.
I forgot I have one of these pamphlets. So
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
cool.
guys talk, and I'm gonna go grab it.
Okay,
So
awesome.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I've got Bluetooth now. I'll be back.
Ooh, fancy. So I was going to say that the title of this episode, Moebius, actually refers to the Moebius strip, which is like a one-sided geometric surface. So essentially, if you take a strip of paper, twist it at one end, tape it into a loop, you get a surface that only has one side. So if you follow it with your finger, you'll end up back where you started without ever crossing an edge. So it's sort of the perfect metaphor for what the episode does with time. I
Absolutely.
thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
actually
remember
it's the infinity symbol in mathematics, is that
it
Mobius strip
is.
symbol. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I
uh,
actually did a bad example of this interaction a number of months ago. It's so awkward.
well, yeah, Evie, I hope you weren't shooting your shot at someone at your, your aunt's funeral or something like that, because
No. No, I did a picture of these two characters with thought bubbles featuring like an Indiana Jones type whip, because that's
Yeah.
what they end up talking about. Oh, it's sort of awkward
Oh yeah, it's still.
flirting
Oh yeah.
at a funeral.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, if you're going to honor the character of Catherine in some way without having the actor present, this was the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, Sabrina Gosling, this character here, is actually named after Sharon Gosling, who's an author, editor, and freelance writer who interviewed the cast and crew on numerous occasions throughout the show's run.
Oh
So
wow.
it's sort of a nice tribute as well to someone who helped document the show's history, which I think is a good reason for Mr. David Reed to be somehow weaved into the new series.
I was going to draw that parallel as well.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry. It could be. I mean, we could weave him in many ways. I mean, they did it as as far as a critical handoff here. They could have
Yes.
David Reed, the janitor. David Reed, the coffee barista.
I don't know if anyone can hear him, but he's in the background fetching something and he's like screaming, no, no. Wow, they really filled that set. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely appropriate for someone whose heritage was discovering priceless artifacts in Egypt in the 1920s.
Well, I was thinking they don't ever mention Ernest, but I'm figuring that Catherine outlived him because otherwise wouldn't he receive most of her stuff?
That would have made sense unless he was that was they discussed that eventuality and decided that Danny would be a better inheritor.
Maybe.
It could be after 60 plus years of being stuck at Heliopolis, he was kind of done with research.
That's true. He needed a break.
Yeah, a lot of Price is Right to catch up on.
Absolutely. So this is is it Dr. Belinsky from the SG-13 team who appeared in Heroes. I actually really love that little beat with Jack and Dr. Belinsky is quite funny. Don't keep me waiting. I actually felt that there was kind of like a lightness to Jack that we haven't seen in a while, especially with like Threads being last episode. It was quite heavy, and it kind of feels like a bit of a weight's been lifted.
That's a great point. It's definitely classic O'Neill in that manner.
Also, this book, this so-called 1889 first edition, Daniel describes as fiction. Is fiction. It's not an actual book. So there's a real book called The Eye of the Sun from 1896, but it's actually an adventure novel by Edward Sylvester Alice about explorers searching for a lost city and discovering a mysterious artifact with incredible power. So there are some sort of similarities, some parallels.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Also, I admittedly, as a Jack and Sam shipper, I do replay that moment where Sam hands Jack, slides that file across to Jack because there's some definite unnecessary hand touching.
Oh, it's certainly a nice portent of what's to come in part 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Portent, good word use.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry, I'm gonna be digging until the cows come home and I won't find the damn thing. All right, hey,
Oh,
Daniel.
that's okay.
You know, I'm gonna tell you,
we could still hear you.
David, if your problem in life is I have so many awesome one of a kind props and I can't find this specific one, you're doing good.
No, I'm just digging
Yeah,
through all the
exactly.
BS
That's
props
hardly-
and uses, so, yeah. Yeah.
That's
First world
hardly a
problems, right?
complaint.
Yeah. Speaking
I
of
was going
first
through a lot
world,
of Battlestar
collector's
Galactica
problems.
stuff. So
speaking of first world problems, you know, I understand this is just the narrative, but Carter, in my opinion, even entertaining this mission, I thought was a little out of character. But we can talk about that at the end.
This is
Yeah.
true. I agree.
I agree. I completely agree. And it's like,
100 people's lives are at
I
stake.
think
though.
I was gonna say earlier that where was I gonna say? It was like, you know, they've been fighting a war for like almost a decade now.
Yeah.
And it's like they're making an excuse that the team can now finally afford to take on a risk like time travel. But why would they want to do that when they've just fought a war? It's like you could take it one way or the other. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
why would they want to undo all of that hard work potentially by accidentally stepping on
They
something
have
in the past and ruining the
no
future?
idea what the ZPM's role had to play after Ra had it, and they're banking on the fact that it's just a nice, pretty glowing crystal to him.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, that's a pretty dangerous
Exactly.
proposition.
mhm.
And then,
So,
of course,
David,
yeah, sorry, I was going to say, of course, after this whole show, the whole episode in general, we never hear about this time ship ever again, which is also a big gripe of mine.
That's a good point. What did they? Well, I think it was left in the past because they weren't the team to do it. Remember?
Yeah, but you know, in this, I'll rant about this later. But just how they treated time travel in this episode, they never went back to begin with, so they still had the time ship, like the
I
the
see
prime
what you're
Yeah,
universe.
that's
saying.
true.
Yeah, so it's never.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's
So
just
I was
never
gonna
brought up
bring up-
again.
I was going to bring up the score because Joel Goldsmith sort of weaves in hints of Atlantis in
Yes.
this particular sequence.
Oh,
And it's like
wow,
a nice cross-series nod because the jumper itself is, you know, Atlantis technology, and the whole mission is about getting a ZPM to help Atlantis.
That was a
Right.
nice touch when Teal'c mentions that the stars are different. A lot of hyper nerd fans, including myself, kind of gripe about the whole star constellation thing on the
Yes.
Stargates because all those would
That's
have
true.
been non-existent at the time that the gate was created.
Correct. So
So-
I've written that the constellations 5,000 years ago would actually look almost identical. Like, the stars don't move enough in that time frame to notice.
Yeah.
And I've written that the real difference is axial precession. So the Earth's axis pointed at a different pole star back then. So the whole sky
Ooh.
would be rotated relative to the horizon. But, you know,
I sold
it's just
those.
a visual.
There were two of them. I sold
That's cool.
them. What was I going to say? I was going to say something not important at all. It's gone.
It's okay. Actually, I was going to say
yes.
that on. Oh, you go. Now that
No, I
you had
lost
your
it again.
thought, catch it.
Oh,
no, I'm
yes.
sorry.
Now I remember. Okay. Sorry, that took a long time.
I love
Joel,
I love that background image here.
It's beautiful, and the pyramid ship is down there. Joel weaves in the Stargate film very well in this episode too.
Yes.
Oh, it's Gata.
Yes, it
Lots
is.
of
Alessandro
weaving.
Giuliani, yep. One of the few autographs I don't have in my Galactica box set.
Wow.
Ooh, okay. So we previously saw him as Ilium in Scorched Earth in season 4.
Yes, we did. Yep. He played in Karen. Yeah.
Yes, he sure did. Hedrazar's son, I think. Yes.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. So on Dial the Gate, Robert C. said that at this time, nobody really wanted to do another time travel story. And there was like a long meeting that they had where they debated it. And Paul Mully was sitting with his head in his hands, not wanting to engage. And Paul was apparently the time travel stickler in the room. And they turned to him asking if everything was acceptable. And Robert joked that the real test was checking whether Paul was still in the room. And if he walked out, then they knew they were in trouble.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay, the cinematography here is awesome.
It
It
very
is.
cool.
You know,
Yeah.
the producers in this episode had such a heavy burden to do as much as they could to mimic the gravitas of the motion picture, because it did have its
Yep.
very own unique cinematography compared to the vast majority of the SG-1 series.
Yes.
That's
So
it.
this is Ra's only appearance in SG-1. from
Now
the
excluding
original
Continuum.
feature film.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did appear.
Other than
Yeah.
Continuum.
With
yep.
another
So
actor who looks very good, very similar to him, and is also named Jay.
it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Jay
right.
Williams instead of Jay Davidson from the original film. So
Yeah.
Jay Williams is actually a franchise regular in the background. He had 2 uncredited SG-1 roles before this, plus he played the Cocoon Man in Atlantis as the Gift, which we watched
Ooh.
last week. And he'll appear as an uncredited technician in 6 more Atlantis episodes before he finally gets a character name, which is Adams in season 3. And then he has 3 more appearances after that. So
I don't think they got the voice quite right. It was a much more, kind of more mild tone. Yeah.
This is
This is classic.
this is very
O'Neill.
Jack.
This is the
Yeah,
most
it
Kurt
is.
Russell O'Neill we have in the whole series. In my
His
opinion.
hatred is just palpable.
Yeah.
That was a good hit.
Yep. Oh, there's the
That was a good
music. God.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Joel was always good about giving a nod to David Arnold.
So why do you think
He
they
really
went
was
with
generous about
why
that.
do you think they went with good-looking adult women and not children for his entourage?
So the story behind the children, this may be hearsay, but I don't think so, was to keep Jay in pants on the set because he in that was in his crying game days, and the children were brought in to keep him mindful of of his surroundings in terms of who he was sharing himself with.
Okay. Well,
okay.
that's sufficiently delicately put.
interesting.
But I think that they
Yeah.
should have had children, and at least they
Cats.
have humans. And they
Yeah.
should have had a cat or 2 as well. But at least they do have humans helping him, which was a nice nod. So you can see some bellies
Right.
exposed, and there are no snakes pouches.
I would have also honestly liked to seen all the Jaffa in full helmets because Ra was big on as the so-called Supreme System Lord of making it look like all of
Yeah,
his
no
Jaffa
humans.
were lesser deities.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
Like
that would have been
that's
a
not
good
just that's not
transfer.
just a Horus guard. That is supposed to be Horus himself.
That is, yeah, good point.
And almost as like an insult to Harror. Like you're all working for me.
God knows what he's controlling right now. He's probably just a tadpole.
Yeah. So this is the second time Tilk has disguised himself as a Horus guard. The first was back in season 2 Secrets.
And
That's
this
right.
is a
And
great
I wanted to
visual
ask
effect.
about the
I love
helmet
it.
morphing
Yep.
effect.
Yep.
Because when it was first tackled in Secrets, John
It was 2D.
what's his name? Yes, John
Gadetsky.
Thank you. Explained that they couldn't afford a full 3D helmet, so instead the artist Matthew Calvert Kelly stayed up all night cutting out 2D artwork into layers and sliding them off frame.
It works.
So it was like a clever workaround that sold the effect. But I wasn't sure if they used that technique here or if they used like digital.
Yes, this was a digital effect here.
It was a
Yeah,
digital effect. Okay.
that's all that they could really pull off back in season 2, and they
Yes.
worked every way they could in order to figure that thing out. And I think that both work well, even the first one in its
Yeah.
own way. So
Yeah, absolutely. So the one in Secrets was more like practical.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that CG sequence actually aged pretty well.
yeah, it
It's
did.
not bad. Yeah.
Hey, looky there. Nice shiny
Nice.
DPM. Looks like mine.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I would have gotten back in the jumper. I would not have stayed the night. I would have gotten back in the jumper and moved forward one day, because you don't have to go back into the future. Just go forward one day. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Must have been.
Yeah.
I would have said it must have been that sandstorm last night. Like, oh man, where were they that they couldn't hear one?
Yeah, you'd think like, oh, geez, there's a sandstorm. Maybe we should move the puddle jumper.
That's it.
Anyway, Sam's logic that the Jafar can't use the ship because they lack the ancient gene is probably sound, but the gene has been in the human population for thousands of years by this point. So
Oh,
I guess
there's a 1 in a
Ra
million shot.
he could have forced like a local Egyptian to try activating it.
It's true, but that's what he'd have to know about the gene, something
He
being
would.
key anyways.
Yes.
In all
And it would
likelihood,
have been
he would
beneath
have.
him to try.
Exactly. He would have heavily internalized even the existence of this ship.
Yeah.
Mm.
So unless his host had the ability to do it, I doubt it would have worked.
You know, I always had a headcanon theory that it was discovering this time ship in this alternate reality that gave Gould the knowledge of cloaking technology to begin with.
Ooh, I like.
Oh, I like that.
They always got it from somewhere. They never made it themselves.
Yeah, what they don't really address here in the dialogue, it doesn't dwell on what the plan actually means for these versions of the characters. So if it works, they'll essentially be erased. They're not killed, they're just never having existed in this form. So it takes on a certain confidence, I think, to trust that your future self will handle things better without you.
And the fact of the matter is, this SG-1, well, Daniel at least, don't the others just die? This Daniel helps the other SG-1 or the
That's
other team members come back and
Yes,
participate in the uprising against Ra.
yes.
They were there.
Yes, they were there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much we want to talk about part 2 now versus next
Oh yeah,
week,
everyone's
but
seen it. That we've
Yeah,
warned
one
everyone
of my-
out there, don't watch
that's-
us if you've never seen it.
that's one of my bigger that is one of my bigger gripes about this two-parter is that I feel like if they had more budget or time or whatnot, I think that part of it, which is the whole, in my opinion, the whole part of the whole point of this Moebius theme is that SG-1 helped with the original rebellion against Ra. Like they've been a thorn in his
Yes.
side for millennia. It kind of falls flat at the end of season, at the end of part 2, in my opinion. It just almost gets like storyboarded. But
Yeah.
but otherwise,
I just-
it's a very adorable, kind of thought.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we
I
just
like
cut to the present.
Yeah.
We do. We do. So Robert C. Told Dial the Gate that what convinced the writers to push through this whole time travel like headache was the fun that they could have with the alternate reality situations. So seeing the team having gone different ways and having to get the band back together again. So they felt that was worth dealing with the time travel logic.
It does result in asking yourself the question that, like, this Jackson is basically the movie Jackson, or but the Carter and how radically different she is, what about this change caused that? It had to be something to do with Jacob or the military or something.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
it's worth asking, why does the lack of a Stargate program result in Carter not being in the Air Force, not her something else? There's a major change.
Well, it's the lack of the Stargate. So a lot of things changed in the private in the government sector in the United States because there was no Stargate program.
But enough to make her an extremely timid,
I think maybe the Air Force gave her more courage.
Yeah,
I think so too. And this is
more
where my dad says
self-esteem.
you've got to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But I
this is
also
a
love
nice nod here.
Alt Davis with his goatee.
Mustache, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Amanda Tapping
Mustache,
steals the
not
episode
goatee.
from here on out. She just, she
does.
this. There it is. There's the real Moebius moment. Who would ever say that?
And there's a men's room right behind her at the door there. I thought that was funny. So.
Oh, is that where he's coming from? The men's room? Oh,
no,
no,
right behind her there.
Right.
Yeah. There's no women's restroom. There's a men's restroom. So here we go.
So I think in an interview with Dreamwatch magazine, Amanda mentioned that she and Michael had such a blast playing the alternate versions of their characters.
Yeah.
I think you can tell it does look like fun.
Absolutely.
I just wish that Moebius hadn't been the last 2 episodes of the season. I wish that there had been Moebius 1 and 2 and then Reckoning 1, 2, and Threads. I just wish
I completely agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's let's end on a really light note, and I'm not honestly, to be perfectly honest, I'm not in love with Moebius. I'm just not. So
I'm with you, David.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I was expecting something on the level of Lost City, and then when I watched this part, I was like, oh yeah, they kind of blew it on Reckoning and Threads.
I remember vividly watching this when it first aired, and I remember being okay with part 1 and saying, okay, well, part 2 is where they're gonna own it. Oh, here's this a-hole.
Here's Wisdom.
Yes.
Robert. We haven't seen him since
delighted to
season
see him again.
two's
Yeah.
the Serpent's Lairs. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
6 seasons, and he was still willing to come back.
For sure.
A rat's butt. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you about
Jeez.
the overall integrity of the show. This two-parter, especially considering that it was originally envisioned to be the series finale, to spin off into a new
Right.
Stargate
Yes,
show. Like, what a letdown
absolutely.
that would have been.
Well,
in my
Lost
opinion.
City was. So at this point, Atlantis is in full swing.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
oh, they were, new Stargate. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Stargate Command.
That's correct.
Right. That's what I was going to
Yeah. So I didn't realize this, but the boat name Homer is in Akbar, which is the same typeface that The Simpsons uses in its titles and credits.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's it. He's definitely a Simpsons fan.
Yeah, and this is Granville Island. So
Yes.
Nicole and I visited this back in 2022 when we were in Vancouver
I've been
for
as well.
GateCon. Yeah.
Did you guys charter a boat?
We didn't charter a boat. We should have. Although my in-laws were also in that area, and they were in a boat. They were sailing
really
on
cool.
a
You can-
yacht.
You can
So-
still see a missile silo in service, or at least an image of it right to Carter's left in this shot.
I wonder if that's the one in
1969.
Arizona.
Oh,
I
no,
visited. Well, I mean, well, that's this one is the one from 1969.
yeah, it is. Yeah, but
So
the
just not
fact
the
that
image,
it hasn't been. They're implying that it may not have been fully converted at this point.
This is true as well. Yeah.
I love how quickly the alt Carter and the alt Daniel lean into the urge to confess. Like, neither of them feels that they belong in this environment, and they want the other to know. Like, there's something almost relieving about it. Like, their current lives have been a performance, and they're tired of maintaining it.
The frustrating thing, the other frustrating thing for me is that when Ball prevents the Achilles from reaching the U.S. and thus the Stargate in Continuum, events should have reset back to this timeline, and they don't. In fact, Brad Wright is on record saying when we did Moebius, we were kind of realizing that we're doing an episode that could easily be a movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
which he did.
That opens up a Pandora's box. I was going to talk about later. Is no Stargate program. Why haven't the replicators taken over the entire galaxy? What about Anubis? Why hasn't he, completely rolled over everyone? There's a lot of, it starts out, asking a lot of questions at that point.
That's good. That's a good point.
All that
the
wibbly
replicators
wobbly,
are
timey
still
wimey
busy
stuff.
with the Asgard. Oh, yeah.
Well, but you have to remember
The
they
Asgard.
found out about Earth from taking the Blissner, which that would have happened anyways, and the Asgard was certainly heavily involved in the things going on in the Milky Way.
Also,
But
check out
I-
Hammond's rank. He's only
Yeah, he's a single star general. Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, good
brigadier
observation. I never
general,
thought
and
that.
not the
Yeah.
major.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Asgard didn't have as much interaction with us because we weren't stirring up crap in the Milky Way,
That's-
and
that's
the
true, but
Goa'uld have probably
they
laid
were
a lot
still-
lower.
They were still minimally enforcing the Protected Planets Treaty elsewhere. I mean, I was saying they'd be in the Milky Way somewhere, so
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
they
for
are.
sure.
Yeah, maybe
Mm.
maybe half the Goa'uld are fighting the replicators somewhere right now.
Maybe the Colonans helped them out. I don't know.
Components.
Maybe Jonas. Maybe there's an Asgard ship called the Jonas Quinn.
That's
Aww.
awesome.
I'm still upset that they didn't name one after Sam after everything she did for them.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the camcorder preserved in a canopic jar kind of could have been considered a goof. So 5,000 years is almost scientifically impossible. So no tape-based video camera from the 2000s would survive that long. Like the
Yeah, it would
batteries
have
would
to been
corrode, the
digital.
magnetic tape would lose its charge over time. But as we say, sometimes you've got to buy it.
Gotta buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been a canopic jar stasis, container, that they used to store.
This is alien
Osiris.
technology, Evie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who knows?
my bad.
They can keep Goulds
My
alive. They
bad.
can keep little tapes alive.
Oh my God, he doesn't have this version of me doesn't have eyeglasses,
That's it.
so he took his off.
That's a great. I've never noticed that before. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
he's
the
on
whole
it.
President Kinsey just tells you everything you need
Yeah.
to know about how wrong this timeline went. President Kinsey.
Oh, truly the darkest timeline.
Oh yeah. Huh.
How long did the tape run? Like another hour or something? They gave a lot of information.
Yeah. Until they
Except
did.
not vital information.
Yeah.
Go and find the Tolan and
You don't
demand
say.
their help this time.
I think it's interesting that they chose not to give Amanda a wig, but they gave Michael a wig.
You got to have the Spader.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess you do
Yeah.
have to have the Spader.
Yeah, it's just not just resetting to the necessarily to the pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how Jack keeps looking to Sam for validation.
God.
Vital information.
Yep, that's it. I'm done.
Very useful. Thank you. That information could save their life one day. I think they play it up just a bit. I've not asked either of them. Was that just a directed thing, or was that something that you guys just really, really wanted to do?
I think they're just having fun with it.
They sure are. They're like, we're in
Yeah.
season 8. We're in bonus land now. Just give us a
That's
break.
right. Yeah.
We're gonna cut
Bonus
loose.
territory.
Just get over it.
Well, yeah, just to make it such a distinct difference, I guess they really felt like they had to just chew the scenery up with it.
That's it. Yeah. Make Danny a blonde and Carter a brunette.
Yeah, I do in hindsight really adore the fact that Davis gets so much screen time in this episode.
Yes.
And part 2 for that matter. So that was, not knowing it was kind of a big send off for him and the character.
Completely different space. You wouldn't. I mean, put yourselves in their shoes for a second. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, there's a version of me out there that's really, really awesomer.
Awesomer.
That look.
I said it right. You have the potential to
supposed
be.
Haven't we all felt that way?
Well, yeah, that's certainly true. Am I living my #best life?
As an engineer who does have a 9-to-5 desk job and has and will for his entire career, every time I hear about they did this in Quantum Leap as well, and they do it here. It's like, oh, this poor alternate version of this person, all they did was have a successful engineering career where they, provided, quality assurance checking for aerospace and nuclear systems that could kill a bunch of people if done wrong. How pathetic.
Yeah, they probably provided for a family. Damn them.
Yeah. I bet they also had vibrant social lives outside of their jobs too.
Paul Brickler says Carter is giving out very Chloe vibes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
see,
Chloe.
they just kept on going and going. Chloe Armstrong.
Okay, I don't know if you meant Chloe Armstrong or Chloe from Smallville, the blonde hair.
Oh yeah.
The battery's about to expire.
Crap.
Yeah, good use of time.
Put a piece of paper in there and explain it. Find some parchment paper and just do it.
Unfortunately,
so I have a
papyrus is the
question.
one material that Goa'uld stasis jars cannot maintain.
Oh, and Rod,
Yes.
That was in a deleted scene, I'm sure.
There we go. Yeah. I was about to say
my
log
question
reading and
is,
writing,
like,
but it hadn't happened yet.
so did original Daniel physically chisel this tablet himself, or did he dictate it to like Katep or another local? Because he'd been living in ancient Egypt for 5 years by this point, but like chiseling hieroglyphics into stone was like specialized artisan work. Trained scribes spent years mastering the craft. But like on the other hand, writing it in a dialect only you could recognize suggests he needed to control the exact wording. So do you
absolutely.
guys think that he did it hands-on or he had some help?
He probably exchanged it for his Timex.
Yeah, Evie, I'm sure that it's implied that he did it himself, but
Yeah.
your insights are spot on. And I mean, I guess you could argue that he did have a year or two in Abydos,
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe
living
they
with the
they
locals.
scribed
So
there. Yeah.
so maybe he had some basic
The
proficiency
blue
from there.
Jello is back.
Sure
So
is.
she's not entirely different. She still likes the blue Jello.
This is true. Was that Siler in the background? No, it's not.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Kind of wondering what those patches are that the folks have on their flight suits, since it's certainly
So I have it downstairs. It is just like a research center. So
okay.
let me pull the actual name of it up, because that's going to dangle and drive me nuts.
It is neat though
Alright.
to see just over the course of the episode how many more folks in the background you see it as the Air Force is staffing up, realizing they've got something going here.
U.S. Air Force Research Institute. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Homer, Homer, Homer. I'm sorry. The Halloween episode is my favorite.
No Stargate, no beer, make O'Neill something.
That's it. That's it.
Crazy.
Exactly.
Wacko. 3 fry short.
I like how Rick is trying to channel some Canada here.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
he leans into
Yeah.
the accent.
Yeah.
Oh, Minnesotan? I don't know. It's pretty
Yeah.
close, isn't it?
It is fairly close. Yes. Yeah. They have curling there now. And Coca-Cola with ice.
Oh, very important. The whisper, national security.
Don't care.
I think Ultra O'Neill's hair is a little dyed too, and it gets more dyed in part 2, if I recall.
Yeah, because he didn't
I
have to
thought
worry
that
about the
too.
Incarans and worry about Sam and Daniel for years. You have no
Yeah.
idea how much worry ages you faster.
Multiple knee injuries, really add up.
Oh, the knees, the back,
age
yeah,
you,
exactly.
Yeah.
Weather
I
contingent.
think it's fun.
I
when
love
they
this shot
wear
right here.
jackets
Yeah.
on board.
Yeah.
And he's not
Exactly.
wearing one himself, so I think it's like a reminder that he holds all the cards, and they want something from him, so they have to comply. And like $150 an hour, I think it was, and looking ridiculous while he still like holds the court.
So Peter DeLuise actually talked about this in his episode from last week about them. They get on the boat, they have to put the life vests on. Like, this is perfect. Oh. My mother just reminded me, David, didn't you go on board an active nuclear submarine in Hawaii? Yes, Mother, I did, but I'm talking about a nuclear reactor facility. Thank you.
Well, to be fair, those Navy nukes, the reactors are very similar, just a lot smaller.
Yeah, but they didn't lessen in the engine room. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Well, unfortunately, you wouldn't. Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a guy sleeping on top of a torpedo.
Oh.
They use every cubic foot of space on those things.
Yes, they do. It was very small.
Wow. I don't know if I could sleep on top of that.
I sleep on top of everything.
Life finds a way. There you go. Get off the boat and then dismount from the or unmount the life preserver. Dork thinks he's going to drown. I love her hair.
That's
great.
I know
hair.
the hair is great.
Yeah.
Eh?
He's thinking about it. It's occurring to him.
Yeah.
But no, we will need, I think, Jay Akavone to make. Well, I forget what. Don't they just order him at some point, like under threatening to kill him or something? Like,
I don't know
forget
if
what
they-
it is.
I can't
guess
remember
we'll
if they
have
No,
to
I think
find
he
out.
comes along willingly.
He does. Okay.
Ah,
So
yes.
the mustache was a nod to like the altered reality.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Exactly right. There we go.
And we
That's
had
recognizable.
Apophis with that goatee last time we had an alt version of him
Exactly.
too. So
Yeah.
they're really leaning into it.
Yeah.
So this I find that the whole setup here, this time machine buried with instructions for the future, it feels very Back to the Future 3, you know, where Doc Brown hides the DeLorean in the mine shaft for Marty to find
That's
like
exactly
70
right. We
years
may have to
later.
blast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Where did they say they found it?
It was quite near the tablet and the like the ZPM and all of that. It was
Oh,
like
okay. So
quite
Rod
near
just
that.
left it. All right.
So it was in that kind of tomb area that Daniel said that they had discovered
Got it.
recently in the original timeline.
And with Daniel's extensive knowledge of Egyptian, architecture or archaeological history, he would have known exactly where to put it so that Diggs wouldn't have found it up
Exactly
to
right.
until the point that he wanted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Assuming that the timeline remained the same or similar.
That's it.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, Rodney.
Oh, he is in this episode.
Rodney.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, I love the t-shirt. It's great. You know, it's like he's literally wearing his self-image on his chest.
That's it.
So this version of Rodney hasn't had like the years of character development to sand off his rougher edges.
No.
Oh, he's pure 48 hours Rodney here.
Yeah.
But it's a good reminder of how far he's come.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a 37 hours Rodney. Yeah.
Look how short he is.
I'm in the full 48.
Well, I mean, this scene is known for one thing and one thing only. And at the time, it was played for laughs. And now it's like...
The groping?
Ew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right, Yvie. It is. It is inappropriate.
Mm.
And also, I'll just say it's a bit of a tangent, but the grace that people give Rodney, and then people go and say, man, Dr. Rush is just completely unlikable and blah, blah, blah. Just insert SGU character here. I'm like, honey, look at the original Rodney. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
Rodney.
But please tell me more about how you don't like Rush.
But like even Al McKay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Has like more social awareness. He never got handsy with Sam like that.
Well, Sam would have struck him.
Yeah.
So.
And also, we didn't mention the whole lemon chicken thing because he invited her for lemon chicken.
That's right.
So it raises the fun possibility that Al McKay has been exaggerating the whole time.
Well, I think
He's
in
not actually
Road Not
to
Taken,
citrus.
well, maybe this was it. Yeah, because he's either not allergic because of circumstances in his life or he's full of crap. So
yes,
it's one or the other.
Okay, so the Antarctic Gate is the one established in Solitudes, obviously. So in the original timeline, it was Daniel who figured out that the seismic activity connection led them to Antarctica. So when you dial your own phone up, you get a busy signal. But here it's alternate Sam who makes the same deduction.
Exactly.
I'll say this.
From McMurdo.
Here in Continuum, they do such a good job with tying in prior references.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I absolutely love it.
That is the benefit of having a writer's room that is able to pull this thing apart piece by piece and reassemble it.
Yep. I love them here. Yeah. A little bit of that confidence coming through.
Yeah.
That's it.
I gotta imagine the set designers in this episode were frustrated. Okay, we need you to rip it down and make it look like nothing was here, and then put back the set back together just pretty much like it was.
Well, this is a reusable space.
Oh yeah, yes. I know.
Yeah. There we go. The problem that I have with the 3D asset of this thing is that they forget once again that the back is different.
Yeah,
guys, the show is called Stargate. You know, it has two sides. One is not like the other.
Uh,
And the Atlantis gate is the
You know
same
what,
way.
David? You know what? You just got to buy it.
You know, you do. Yeah.
I always do love the Stargate program's unshakable confidence in all things non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah.
Because no one in the history of world has ever violated
Has
an
ever
NDA.
broken one of those? No,
Yeah.
of course not.
Especially with something as monumental as this. Yeah, there it is, David. There's
Exactly.
I think it's just a bad attention to detail there.
Exactly. Yeah, like the 8 Chevron space gates in season 5 of Atlantis.
Yeah.
But they didn't have to go to Destiny. Is that the point? They have 9.
The Asuran gate also had 8 chevrons.
The Asuran gate did?
Yeah, the one that was the satellite weapon.
Oh,
yes, exactly.
yes.
It's the same asset. Yeah, it wasn't the Rainmaker asset.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I think takeaways from this episode: never trust a sandstorm, or always bury your ZPMs in easily discoverable tombs, and if you're going to change history, at least bring a spare ship.
Spare batteries too are helpful.
That's it. Moebius Part 1. Thanks for joining us on Wormhole Extremists. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
What did you think, William? So you get to give you want to go first or you want to go last on your
I'll
7
go first.
Chevron rating? Okay.
7 Chevron rating.
7 chevrons.
So out of 7.
So I'm gonna give it a rating as for just part 1.
Yes.
You know, much like my original viewing, if I keep my knowledge of part 2 out of it, I remember, and putting myself back in the shoes of a much younger William when this first aired, I was pretty hyped coming out of it. You know, where are they going to go with it? You know, the opportunities they had. I would give it a solid 6 out of 7. You know, I thought it had a lot of promise. I'm a big stickler for time travel technobabble, and they hadn't done anything that really broke me yet on that in this episode.
Yeah.
So I was pleased with it. Like you said, a lot of very, very cute and respectable throwbacks that were highly accurate to previous episodes. Something that Stargate's generally really good at. They hit those themes. The soundtrack was great. So yeah, at this point, I was more pleased with the episode than not. That will change in part 2.
Oh, okay. We look forward to your opinion.
Yeah, or not change, but it'll slightly. I'll modify
alter like the timeline.
Yeah, like
that's
it.
Like that's very good.
Yeah, very good.
All
Very
right, Yvie, you want to go?
Yes. I have mixed thoughts about this episode. I do like it as a standalone episode, if that makes sense. Like, I do like these 2 episodes as a standalone episode, but in my mind, I kind of disconnect it from the rest of the series because I just feel like it didn't quite properly fit in straight after Threads.
Yeah.
And I also take issue slightly with the fact that they've worked so hard to fight the Goa'uld, win this war. They just had a massive battle with the replicators, like the last episode and with Anubis. And it just feels like doing any sort of time traveling at this point would just be really risky. Like, they could essentially undo all of their hard work, and I just find that really hard to wrap my head around. Why would they do that? Why would they want to jeopardize all their hard work, all the sacrifices that have been made, to accomplish those goals? So that's the only issue I have with it. But I love, Amanda Tapping did a great job. Great job. She shines, like we said in the broadcast, as Alt Sam, and Daniel's great as well. Jack kind of really leans into the whole Minnesotian thing. I think I will be giving it I'm torn between a 4 and a 5. I think a 5. 5. Yeah.
Okay. Here you go. I have never been thrilled with these 2. I just always felt that they would have been more fun in the middle of the season rather than at the end. I think that this would have been a really solid mid-season 2-parter. It's very silly. I do love the attempts at the humor. I just think that they did a better job in episodes like 200, just from a humor perspective. This is a 4 for me. The callbacks are solid. The guest stars are fantastic to be able to see everybody again. It's just kind of a middle of the road episode for me. It really is. So
That's fair. That's very fair.
yeah.
Okay.
So 4, 5, and 6.
All right. Who wants to do the ratings from the chat?
Okay. Let me see here. That is a good point. So how far does Nicole usually go back? Okay. I think I'm going to start here. All right. Anthony Rowling, this is a 6 for me. Stuart Miller, 4 chevrons, definitely a part 1 episode. Nicole, I give this episode 6 chevrons, good times and a fun end of the show. Lockwatcher, it's a 6 with the second part. Could have been a 7, but it was a 5 before McCade showed up. The campy parts were over the top, but they seemed to really enjoy the series, and so did I. Paul Brickler, I am at a 5.0.
Beautiful.
Part 2, Randall Wong, part 2 is the timeline changes and there's, okay. Paul Brickler, Siege part 1, I think, yeah, okay. AUDHD, Punk Heather 38, I'll give it a 7. It was my favorite 2 episodes. Nicole says, yeah, it's a tough job. As you scroll, you have to do that weird noise between comments.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Okay, very good. Beetlejuice. And not everyone gave their comments. So, well, you know what? Dan Ben 07, 4 out of a 7. Very good.
Yes.
Any more takers? Yeah. What did you are you having fun, William?
Oh yeah, having a blast. Good to talk to you guys. Good to it forced you to watch the episodes in a bit of a different perspective.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's neat to be to be watching it in that manner. So yeah, it was good to watch through it with you guys.
There we go. Raj Luther, my rating is 6 out of 7 chevrons. A very good episode. Other than what William said, they could have buried the time jumper somewhere similar to the Back to the Future Part 3 with the DeLorean. Also to ellipses. I guess that was the end of the thought. So
they said too bad they could not remote control the time jumper, move it somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess Janice didn't Bluetooth the time machine.
Yeah, to O'Neill's head there. Exact Bluetooth the time machine. It had a lot of little switches on it, let me tell you. Okay, gang, let's go ahead and move forward
Another
now.
part 1.
Another part 1. That's exactly right. This is going to be the Siege part 1. And we are continuing the journey of the Wraith, they're coming. And we actually, this is a really strong show in terms of Atlantis, in my opinion. But I'll see.
Well, the Wraith are coming, but we just get the singular one this time around.
That's it. Very much. A Wraith is coming, and
A Wraith is coming.
All right,
Bob
gang.
is coming.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the within the serpent's grasp of Atlantis for sure.
It is. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, it's very. That's definitely the format that they're pursuing. You guys ready to rock and roll on Siege 1?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Siege Part 1, everyone. We're going to watch this live in 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Yvie.
Hello.
And I'm with William.
Hi there.
This is Siege Part 1, Episode 1. 18 or 19, depending on how you look at it in terms of Rising being a 2-parter. And this is the penultimate episode of the first season of Atlantis. Or as John Shepard Joe Flanagan would say, Atlantis.
Atlantis.
That's it.
So Martin Guerrero writes this one and Martin Wood directs. So it's the 2 Martins. And this is, like we said, the first part of the season finale, and it sort of shows, so it pulls together threads from across the season and ends on a pretty genuine cliffhanger. This episode takes place approximately 1 month after Sanctuary and 2 weeks after the Brotherhood. So that timeline matters here because the Wraith the Wraith that has infiltrated has been hiding in the city since the Dart self-destructed in the Brotherhood, which means he's been hanging out for like a fortnight.
Do you think he's getting hungry for human right now?
I was thinking that. I was going to ask what you guys thought he did, whether he kind of hibernated until he knew that the Wraith ships were closer, or if he had some sort of snack pack. I don't know. How was he
Wonder what they
sustaining
do to
himself
wake
for 2
themselves up.
weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could
Right.
go a pretty long time without feeding. So maybe he
Maybe.
went to the Golden Corral before he went on his mission.
He had a big smorgasbord before.
That's right.
It's never very
coming.
clean. I would suspect they'd be pretty picky about that. I love how the image here really mimics the image on the Wraith ship in terms of the path to Atlantis. They look at the galaxy very much similar.
I actually love David Hewlett and David Nicol playing off each other in this briefing. Like they're constantly stepping on each other's lines, and it feels improvised, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in one of your interviews with David Nicol, he said that the back and forth with Hewlett was his favorite part of the role. And he describes Zelenka as a techno-babble mirror and a foil for
Yes.
McKay. So that dynamic was the genesis of the character. And you can sort of see it in Full Swing here.
Anything to make the McKay stuff more interesting, really, honestly, because it's a lot of exposition over the course of this show.
He does a lot of talking, so you kind of need someone to interrupt
What'd you say, Will?
what he's saying.
Oh no, I was going to say something that I thought was very mature for the Stargate franchise in general. If you really think about it, the last 4 entire episodes of season 1 of Atlantis were effectively kind of latching onto one another. It wasn't serialized. Everything from Letters to Pegasus to The Gift to Siege Parts 1 and 2, which is kind of irregular for Stargate and television in general at this point in time, with the exception of like Lost. Heavily serialized TV hadn't become a thing yet.
That's right.
So no pressure, Rodney. Just the fate of the entire city.
Also,
Enterprise was doing it by
nothing
season
to take.
3, so 2003.
They were, with the Xindi arc. Yep. And
Yeah.
so this was right past it, but also just setting up for things to come in this episode. Just the subversion of expectations of, we're running this highly dangerous mission, and it's beloved McKay, very well liked Grodin, and then this guy Miller we've never heard of before.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but it's kind of, you think that if they're going to kill off anything, it's going to be Miller because we don't know him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that was sort of
That would have
clever
been
with how they dealt with it.
Yes. Yeah. There's someone else who's going to be the red shirt.
Yep.
So I was going to make one of my, pre-written puns. So I was going to say to Rodney, the fate of the city is in your hands. Nothing to take, saddle lightly.
Right.
Yeah, insert laughter here. I need some of that canned
what is that
laughter.
from? I don't get it. What's it from?
What's what from? It was just me
the city
talking.
is in your hands. Nothing.
Oh, that was me. That was just something that I'd written.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just one of my very bad puns. But it's even worse now because I've had to describe it.
There we go.
But yeah, Taylor starting right off where she left off from The Gift.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is a continuing story, William.
Yes, it is.
You are all so pathetic.
Much to my delight.
Okay, so I think this is the first time that McKay calls him Radek.
Yes,
like
I think
the first
you're
time
right.
we've heard Zelenka's first name, and McKay doesn't really do casual familiarity. So using it now, facing a mission he may not come back from, kind of feels like quiet admission that Zelenka matters to him as a person. But then, of course, Rodney can't let that breathe. The second Zelenka hints he's valuable, McKay turns it into a competition. And I was thinking about this yesterday, and I like to call it a personal growth sandwich. So you've got, the first name and the handshake at the end of this scene at the bread. And the petty, so admit I'm smarter than you jab is the meat.
That's it.
That's awesome.
You're a miserable little man.
Brilliant. Not ruin the moment though.
And David Nicol is shorter than David Hewlett, so
he is.
There you go.
Oh, see, that's genuine. You can see how genuine that is.
I love touches like that.
Oh, yes, very much so. MA5.
Even though he's hard to work with, they still care for one another.
Yep. Why haven't we come across the planet with the T-Rex yet? Oh, I guess it happens in this episode, doesn't it?
It happens in this episode, yeah.
Okay, because I remember that Ford has the line. Thought it looked like a T-Rex. So I'm like, well, we're about to run out of Ford. So where's this thing going to stick? So
Mm,
The running out of Ford on tape is imminent, folks, and I am not happy.
yeah. So
So
Shepard
in the
just
Milky
said,
Way, yeah,
yep. So you go.
M is designated moons, and here it's not. It's whatever. So anyway,
So Shepard said Spidey sensors, and it kind of cracked, like it got a slight smile out of Bates. And I think that's kind of interesting because Taylor's
he's
ability to
warming up.
sense the Wraith, like in his mind, Taylor's ability to sense the Wraith is just as fictional as Spidey senses. So he's been suspicious of her all season, and it's going to lead to some, wrong conclusions before the episode's end.
This is true, and I suspect that it's a nod that he's a comic book nerd. I suspect.
That's
Could be, yeah.
touch,
Well, he reads
yeah.
comic books in his quarters.
Bates does?
No, Shepard, because Shepard
Yeah,
makes
what I'm saying
the
is that
Spidey
when
sense.
he
So they
had
both
he had the grin. So Bates
Right.
grinned because I suspect he's a comic book nerd.
Maybe.
So he certainly knows
So
Spider-Man.
the whole fearing the alien teammate with unexpected abilities thing is sort of a bit of a Stargate trope. Like you've got
It
Tilk
is.
on SG-1, Taylor here, and even Chloe
Mhm.
on Universe later to a certain extent.
Yeah. Oh, very
And
much.
like Bates isn't wrong to be cautious. Shepard's loyalty is just as valid. She's on his team, that's the end of it. But neither of them are being unreasonable.
Wow.
And I think that's what good sci-fi does, right? It doesn't pretend that we wouldn't be scared of the unknown. We absolutely would be.
Oh, look at that.
And this simulation is like properly grim.
Yeah, this was
They won't destroy enough of the city.
yeah.
No.
This is a great moment of gravitas. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you think that a civilization advanced enough to build a city that flies would have thought to include some sort of delete all button somewhere.
Yeah, ZPM overload would do it. But
That's exactly
it's not an
right.
option.
With
That's not an
three
option for
ZP,
them.
they've killed them all. So
Yeah.
it's my only issue with the idea that Joseph Malazzi posited that there's a pocket of subspace within the city that leads to the ZPM factory, is that Janice would have put that in her hand when he froze her to put her back to the future. Here is where to find the others. It's my only issue with it.
I'm honestly glad that never came to pass. That whole ZPM factory thing would have
Would have been too easy.
an answer
They have
to
to
a
go
question.
somewhere. They have to be somewhere.
Yeah, I can talk your ear off about that later, but
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it should take it should be like building a Stormbreaker in the MCU. It should be a facility or resources, from a small solar system to to construct ZPMs.
Well, they could have just answered it. We found evidence in the ancient database that there were 2 or 3 places that made these, and the Wraith destroyed all of them, and there's nothing less. What we've got, what we come across is what we've
that
got.
worked. Yeah,
and that's it. So that technology is just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to recreate is going to take. We don't even begin to understand the metallurgy, the materials, the physics behind it.
Yeah.
We try to crack that code, and what do we get out of it? Another Rodney.
Yeah.
You better
here we
lock
go.
that thing up, man.
Yeah. So Bates is looking for any excuse to sideline Taylor, but I think he's putting the saw into Dinosaur right here. So I think, according to Sci-Fi Channel's podcast, there was originally plans to show a dinosaur-like creature come through the gate, but there were budget constraints that killed it. So this is the first and only time that dinosaurs are ever mentioned in the entire Stargate franchise, and we don't get to see one. So
we do get to see a similar creature in SGU.
Yes, we
so
do.
they do kind of reuse that idea then, and it's definitely not a T-Rex, but it is definitely dinosaur-like, and it was very cool.
Yeah, backing up a little bit, Bates just blowing out like that was a huge violation of military decorum.
Yeah,
that was that was way out of line for him to talk to Shepard that way.
Yeah.
Not to mention
life-sucking, imminent death or no.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say he's probably giving him a pass because of the situation.
Yep. Yeah, which is great leadership quality. You praise in public, punish in private, but
that's correct.
Yeah.
So Stargate doesn't break out the spacesuits very often. I think SG-1 wore them in Message in a Bottle, Tilk used one in Nemesis, and then Jack and Tilk suited up in Failsafe. So
Carter
high-stake episodes.
Carter at the battle. Yeah, Camelot. Yep.
Yes. Yep.
That is a lot of equipment they got through in Rising.
Look, I said this is our Within the Serpent's Grasp, and I'm going to be Samuels here, damn it.
That's it. Ooh, I forgot about that.
Spicy.
You're accusing of facilitating an enemy that has eaten my ancestors for generations. The least you get is a friendly
Exactly.
love tap.
It didn't look like it was very hard, really. He was just surprised.
Oh, Taylor.
What'd she
But,
say?
like,
I would
this
not be
might be-
disappointed.
Yeah. So this might be my interpretation, but I don't think Shepard is actually angry at Taylor here. He's
No.
frustrated that she's just handled Bates exactly like how he wanted. But he has to say something.
tell her
but
that,
I don't
yeah.
think his heart's really not in it. You know, he knows that she was provoked and he just wishes she hadn't taken the bait.
That's
Yeah.
it. Docking with the Caretaker's array.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a few array vibes.
It does have the array vibe, yeah.
Are you going to play Into the Unknown, William?
I
Voyager?
played the bait. I really liked it. After I finish the game I'm playing right now, I'm going to get into that.
Did you bribe the Caretaker into con him into sending you back to the Alpha Quadrant?
No, I can never do things like that. I'm just never. I can never go that hard route.
I can't either. I can't. I have to pretend to play a good person. I always kind of
You
part
have
of
to
part of me
pretend to
always,
play a
well,
good person.
like my buddy played Knights of the Old Republic again and again, and he always went dark side and stole people's money and
Oh.
mistreated
Can't do it.
them. And I'm like, look,
Yeah.
I'm playing this thing for like 50 hours. I can't bring myself to do that. And he's like,
No.
oh, it's awesome. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't make the I can't make the separation.
It's so against your character.
It's against my nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what am I doing hanging out with some of these people? So
Well, I've written this down as a potential goof. So the Naquita generator that McKay's towing, so when it stops the generator, so when he stops the generator should keep drifting, which is
It sure
sort of
should.
basic
It-
physics, but it stops with him. So the tether also moves like there's gravity affecting it, even though McKay himself is selling the zero G decently well.
Perfect. That's a beautiful observation, Evie. Well done. Yep, Newtonian physics are not working properly right here on the satellite.
Mm.
Now, I can't remember if they refer to it or not in this episode of the prior one, but they do refer to the satellite as being a so-called Lagrange point satellite. That's a nice.
Translate that for me, please.
Yeah, so Lagrangian points, there are 5 in any two-body system, you know, like a sun and a planet, where the gravitational influence of the two bodies is precisely neutral at those 5 locations. Like, you know,
Wow.
between like Earth and the sun, like somewhere between the Earth and sun, there's a Lagrange point. Somewhere behind the Earth, there's a Lagrange point, and then
Yeah.
kind of like to the sides. So basically, the
Wow.
relative position, without having to use fuel for station keeping, if you put a satellite or an object at that Lagrange point, the gravitational influence of those two bodies will keep it in the constant position relative to those two objects. So
For how long?
Indefinitely. I mean, with very minimal
Even as the
station
universe
changes.
expands?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's the local gravitational influence of just those two
Okay.
bodies is what's governing it.
Nice.
So that's a
Cool
real
Lagrange
thing, you know?
for figuring that out.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
Holmes
that's
gotten a haircut. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Maybe Heyerdahl was doing his initial rehearsal for Todd and needed the
Hey,
wig
there
on.
you go. It's a little soon, but yeah, not too far off. Sean
Yeah.
Shepard.
Yeah.
That's
Every
really
now
cool
and
about
then
the
you can
Lagrange
get
points.
hints of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Lagrange, I don't know if it's spelled the same. I just think of that song by ZZ Top. Lagrange.
Probably not the same one.
You never know.
So I think Holling's argument here that the ancients would never allow their city to fall is either faith or like willful blindness, depending on how generous you're feeling.
I'm gonna go with options A and B, Evie.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit from either
A little bit of
column.
each column, yeah. Is he wrong? Unfortunately, I think he's wrong.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't see the ancients interceding on their behalf.
Oh, 100%.
No.
Otherwise, they would have
The
wiped
look on
out
his
the Wraith
face,
long
though,
ago in their
Yeah.
ascended form.
Yeah, they basically punished Chayasar for for intervening. On
Exactly
one planet.
right.
Yeah.
They've allowed billions, if not more, of their descendants in the Pegasus galaxy to go eaten. And you think they're going to save some hardware, Bucko? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm honestly
His-
curious about even just how many ancients, because when you're ascended, there is still a geographic
Yes.
or location,
Yep.
component
Within the galaxy. Yep.
So I'd be shocked if a lot of ascended ancients even hung out in Pegasus versus Milky Way or elsewhere.
And how did
possibly-
they get there? Did they take Did they take the Earth's one of the Earth gates to Atlantis?
I suppose. Yeah. I mean that we saw Oma do that.
That's true.
In SG-1. So
That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm not really keen of these Milky Way ancient others. Let's go over to Pegasus and we'll stake our claim over there.
Yeah. Well, there are a couple because the Ascended Times newspaper and Threads had an article about.
That's correct. So they're talking to each other.
It did. Yeah.
It did. So they do have
or
an
the
interest.
local group. Maybe when Orlin was talking about when you entered the galaxy, I could read your mind, Damaris. Maybe he was talking about the local group.
Hey, who
so
knows?
all the ancients occupy the local group, and the Ori galaxy is outside of that.
That's possible.
So, but I do prefer the idea that there are different ancients. This is in different different others in different galaxies. This is what's the word? This is an old. Basically, Daniel Boone saw smoke rising on a distant mountainside and had to move because he was angry that the neighborhood was getting too crowded. So it's just whoa! There we go.
Ooh,
that was a
I think
hard
Broden
fall.
just got a little bit excited. Oh,
You assumed incorrectly. Yeah. His jaw would be messed up.
Yeah. The ancients really didn't think hard about, industrial safety when they built this this satellite.
no, they didn't.
And I honestly don't know why the Wraith didn't destroy every single piece of standing structure when they departed that system.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Well, yeah, I mean, solar systems are big places, and if this thing is already designed to have kind of a stealth component, and especially when it's not powered on, if this thing took a hit early in the conflict and then the battle, kind of shifted the other side of the solar system, it wouldn't surprise. It could be easy to miss, especially if there's a lot of debris, floating around at the time. It could have just.
Except they're coming from that angle into the solar system, which suggests it would have been one of the last things that they would have passed to leave.
Yeah,
unless
maybe.
they moved the satellite into place, and I forgot. Did they?
Yeah.
Did they move the satellite?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of luck that these three hives are planning on, arriving on, in proximity.
Maybe
Exactly.
the satellite for the longest time was cloaked, and then it ran out of power, and it's only recently become visible.
That's it.
And that's why the Wraith missed it.
Who attacked Bates? Was it Bob?
We'll find out.
Spoilers.
An awfully convenient plot contrivance.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the show is obviously inviting us to suspect Taylor, given their previous altercation.
Absolutely.
But it's a good misdirect. There's a couple of good misdirects in this episode.
And as Tom J. Assel would have said, well, it's a contrivance because they contrived it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he didn't feed on him, which is very generous of him.
Yes, exactly.
Which I don't understand.
I was gonna question that because why didn't he just drain Bates and hide the body?
That's exactly right.
I mean, the question is probably that Bob wanted to stay hidden a bit longer, and a corpse raises more questions than an injured man in a coma. But
yeah,
it's an interesting thought.
How about a missing person?
Or maybe this. Yeah, I mean, sowing discord and panic. On the eve of an attack is certainly a nice counterintelligence play.
That's it. Did he have alligator pins attached to that crystal down there on the floor? Is that what he did?
They've done that in the past, yeah.
Oh, they have to the crystals themselves sticking out of the lights. Okay, that's cool.
Oh. So all three members of this team are wearing red. So
Yes.
fans on Malotzi's blog quote this as a nod to Star Trek's red shirt trope. And they're kind of not wrong, because the twist is that Miller is the new guy introduced specifically for this episode, and traditionally that marks him as cannon fodder. Instead,
Yeah.
it's the reoccurring character who doesn't make it. So the show sort of sets up this trope and then subverts it.
Yeah, that's
That's it.
kind of makes you wonder how long into the production process they decide, hey, let's throw these generic red jumpsuits on you guys. That'll be fun.
That's it. I suspect that was on purpose. Did Joe ever
yeah.
have anything to say about that?
No, it was discussed, I think, on his blog by other fans, but
Oh, he
not
never
by
responded?
him
Okay.
himself.
The things that make us go.
Okay,
Was
so
that Chuck
I
in
have a
there?
quick question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a quick question for you two. So the ancients had those head sucky repository things in the Milky Way to preserve their knowledge. So when they abandoned Atlantis, did they not back any of their research up? Or did they just leave thousands of years of research on a single hard drive at the bottom of the ocean? Because that's like a bold choice.
Sounds like the latter.
The
Yeah.
the timeline of the ancient repositories versus pre or post return to the Milky Way is really been unestablished. I personally believe the repositories were built afterwards. Yeah, like
After?
I'm beginning to lean that way as
Right.
well, along with the Alliance of the Four Great Races. I said
yes,
it was.
I-
I believed it was
Maybe.
long ago, but I'm beginning to think not, considering the Asgard timeline.
I agree. I
So there
completely
may
agree.
be like, considering that we lost all of this hard-earned research on Atlantis, when we go back to the Milky Way galaxy, let's make sure we back up all of this stuff on some external hard drives.
Yeah, we saw Janice and others walk off with, as David's
Oh,
got
yeah,
the
that's
suitcase.
true.
You've got the briefcase
Yeah.
for it.
I
Yeah.
do indeed.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have the briefcase.
I could make a
Yep.
lot of money downloading the data from that briefcase. It's probably encoded.
Yeah. It's like your sports almanac. Just like make money off it, sell it off in chunks.
That's it.
Yeah, that just seems like a poor design choice.
For sure.
It could all of the kind of poor design decisions could indicate rush of the design process, like these things were hastily
That's
constructed.
true.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
That's a
You
good
know.
point. Yeah. Yeah, they just need to make it work. It doesn't matter how it's
right.
constructed at this point.
Yeah, we need to get these things online.
Rock, paper, scissors.
So they end up drawing straws, and there was a fan online who calculated that a three-way tie has a 10% probability.
Oh, interesting.
With straws?
No,
Apparently, I don't know math. I'm not good with percentages and
I
all
don't
that sort of
understand how
stuff, so
that's a
I
thing, 'cause
didn't
there's
triple
three
check that.
pieces.
Also, yeah, I thought you meant rock paper scissors. A three-way
Yeah.
rock paper scissors is a 10% chance of a tie. Like everyone picks a different.
Yeah, maybe
But even
that's
that
what it
would
meant.
That'd be 1 out of 27, but no, 1 out of
There we
9,
go.
I guess. No, 1 out of 27.
Where's the deadpan?
That's the burden of leadership.
That's it.
That's right, leader.
Did anyone ever think that was a dart in the sky, a giant dart in the cloud? I always look at that and I would see a dart.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Uh-huh.
this.
Yeah.
I never
Was it just a cloud that was shaped like
Shaped
a dart?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit ominous.
I'm gonna have to go back. And look at it
Besides,
later.
it is clearly a bunny rabbit. That is a next gen reference. Admiral Manel, I figured Bob deliberately framed Taylor.
That's possible.
I just kind
That's
of
a good
figured
point.
it was more coincidental. But yeah, maybe he knew that was going on.
Mm-hmm. Does the jumper pilot, Jed Ted says, give anyone else Thomas Hayden Church vibes? I have no idea who that is.
I know who Thomas Hayden Church is. He played Sandman in Spider-Man 3, and yeah, that's the jawline. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Jed.
Okay, that strikes me more as Jack Reacher or Aquaman, the original.
What's his name? I'll think of a second.
Exactly, and one of the tributes in Hunger Games, and also one of the Ninja Turtles.
Hmm.
Nice reuse of footage, and that's not
Yes,
a clip
it
show.
was. Yeah.
It's way more common later in the series, but I guess this might be one of the first, not the first time they talk about downloading people out of the Wraith beam.
Yes.
Mm.
So you can take the pilot and use it as an ejector seat to put yourself on whatever surface that you want, and then your ship flies out of range and blows itself up.
Or as we see in
Yeah.
the Siege Part 2, using it to drop off pre-loaded troops
Yeah,
to the battlefield.
yeah, and in Satita.
That's correct.
Oh, right. Yes.
Short. It's their version of Rings.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Thank you.
According to Lockwatcher, this is the first scene that David shot while wearing the suit.
Really?
Interesting.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry, but I always think they get a little too slow. You know, I can understand slowing down a little bit, but I mean, you don't have to act like you're in water. So.
Am I just making this up somewhere? But I thought there was an episode where they implied that the hatch between the cockpit and the back of the jumper
Was not pressurized.
was not airtight.
It wasn't.
Oh.
That's correct.
Okay.
So like
Well, no,
38
I'm
minutes or
wrong.
something?
I'm wrong because when they moved slight, it was airtight, and then when they got jostled, the puddle clipped the bottom of the door.
Is that what I'm thinking
so
of?
The air was going to all slip out right through there.
Okay, that's what I'm
So
saying.
yes,
Okay.
it is an airtight seal because in Grace Under Pressure, the front of the compartment is flooded with water.
Right. Yeah. I was trying to wonder if there was a
Oh, that's a good
discontinuity there.
point.
But yeah, no, that's a good point. Thanks for helping with that.
Absolutely. This is why I'm
Okay,
there
so
are a ton of plantons in these shots and on the outside that were found on the Aurora later, and I'm trying to remember what it says, but it basically says in ancient pull to release.
Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
I remember 8,000 of those were being auctioned by PropWorks back in the day.
Oh my god!
Oh.
I had to sell every single one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wanted to trigger Dave on that.
Yeah, exactly. Almost as many as I had of John
PTSD.
Shepard's wristband.
Yeah.
So the display in a second shows the Wraith surrounded by human life signs. So if that many people were nearby, wouldn't someone notice him? Or
that's
like
looking from above.
maybe
That's different
it's
levels.
okay, because I was saying, yeah, maybe it's showing the whole tower, but it's not really that clear.
So it didn't remotely occur to them that there was going to be a wraith potentially in Atlantis?
No. And they've all been sleeping. She's like, I've been sleeping here.
That's
And
it.
there's been a wraith loose. Oh, I actually
okay, so
love
this is
Grogan
why-
here using McKay's own arrogance against him. Like the backhanded compliment just goes right over Rodney's head because his ego only hears validation. And it works because he gets straight back to work.
That's it. He just keeps on going.
This always irked me. Him just throwing away this panel like it's nothing.
Yes.
Like, you might want to put that back.
Yeah, at least
I guess
like,
he's got nothing to anchor it down.
well, at least like push it against the side of the satellite and just keep an eye on it every couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't drift
just
away.
Negate its inertia, yeah, but
Yeah, he's
That
Minor-
is damn inertia negating, man. That's right.
minor. That's very minor gripe, but He's in a little bit of panic. I'm sure he has another granola bar in 45 minutes.
That's it.
Probably.
He's got a lot going on.
That's it.
He's just he's just assuming that it wasn't like a vital piece.
Yeah.
That's it. AUDHD Punk Heather 38 just downloaded Blood Ties from Hoopla. AUDHD Punk Heather 38. Are you saying that we are not entertaining? And are you not entertained?
I'm entertained.
Do you actually have the show on? I don't believe you.
Multitasking.
Spoiler, they're a developer and they're trying to advertise it.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Influence all of our 24 viewers.
Let me know how it is, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, owie. Owie.
Owie, indeed.
Yeah.
So I believe this is James Lafazanos again as Bob.
Yeah.
So he's somewhat of a Wraith specialist because he played Jimmy in Rising, Stephen Suspicion, and Poisoning the Well, and Mr. Hooper in The Defiant One, and Gordon in The Gift.
I asked this to Brad Wright, and Cougar, you see where I'm going with this. Brad Wright said he had been reading a National Geographic article about cougars, which are evidently fairly genetically similar to each other, and he believed that possibly the Wraith are as well. And so that's kind of the excuse.
I like that. That's a good like in series reason to reuse actors.
That's it. But
so,
James was getting really close to burnout. He did one more season, and he was like, "Okay, I'm done."
That's very interesting.
So there was one fan that had advice for Bob. It's like, don't talk to your food before you eat it, because if he cut the villain monologue, then he could have got down to eating like a little bit sooner.
Exactly right. And don't bother saying hello. Makes saying goodbye that much harder. That's why I have a hard time believing that he didn't eat Bates. Bates was saved by plot contrivance. Hey, reverse thrusters. Look at that.
Yeah, it's very rare we see that.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
So apparently the DVD commentary version, Lockwatcher says, you can go and watch this, and David Hewlett suddenly enters the group discussion. So.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I could mount that ladder from that angle going up to the next section. That would be really tricky.
Yeah, it would be. I think there's something quietly devastating about this entire exchange, because I think both characters understand the odds, but neither of them address it directly. You know, deep down, they know this is the only way. And it's a suicide mission dressed up as a rescue plan, but I think both men are choosing not to name it.
Yep.
You can see it in both of their faces.
They've jerry-rigged this thing, and there's no way of knowing that it's going to go off without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, it does go off without a hitch for one shot.
Yeah,
then it has to recharge, and then it starts breaking down. Yeah,
Peter knows this is a one-way trip at this point. Like,
you think so?
Well, yeah, that exchange, like, we'll come back for you after it's done, and then he just kind of pauses, after it's done, then. Yeah. Like, the odds of it being successful, I think, are pretty low.
Do they know at this point that there's a recharge necessary?
They do know about the capacitor, yes. That's the only reason why an Nakoda generator versus a ZPM even works, is it needs to, it basically involves a power buildup to function properly.
Will, you are really handy in a sticky spot. So I saw this set, and those are basically styrofoam that's chiseled on the side, and you push them too hard, and they are very brittle and would snap easily.
I'm never going to unseat that now. Thank you.
You are welcome.
On the plus side, if they are accidentally damaged, it's cheap to replace.
True.
Yeah, but I mean, replace, yes, but then you have to spend time dressing them in the art department. So
color matching them and all that. Yeah.
Oh my God, those cruisers were not docked, were they? They undocked very quickly.
I think they
must have been.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to be docked in hyperspace. That was the one thing that I always really was disappointed that we never saw the cruisers docking with the. Oh, here we go.
I do love the lighting of the set.
It was really cool.
For
I wonder how much of the
one-off
set they actually built. Yeah.
Yeah. For a one-off, it looks very nice.
Very nice.
It does. Yeah. Okay, so McKay asking Weir to cross her fingers is quite the reversal for a man who once dismissed the gesture in Redemption Part 1 as a superstitious way some humans have of expressing their desire for good luck. So either
Well,
he's
look.
mellowed or imminent death makes believers of all of us.
I think who was the one who said fingers crossed? Who said that? Was it Carter? Or was it
I can't
Hammond?
remember who said it. It might have even been like Jonas or something.
Well, wasn't he explaining to Jonas why the term was
Yeah.
So either way, I think he's more chill now. The character is showing a progression of growth.
Yeah.
He is.
So before this episode aired, I had recently talked with Flanagan over the phone about the season finale, and we were talking about Wraith names, and he said, I always thought that Bob would be a great name. And what I didn't realize at the time was that he was laying that thought in my head for me to go, Joel Flanagan said it first. So he did that on purpose.
Okay. Well, I think more in this case it's Silent Bob.
Yes. Except for, what are you doing, human?
It's kind of like trying to hack someone's system while leaving your own firewall wide open. You know, like her agreeing to let,
She's
or
done
Shepard
this
agreeing
already,
to let
yeah.
Taylor use her Wraith connection.
But, you know, if the
Sad
firewall gets
desperation.
infected, he can just zap her.
This is a gorgeous shot coming up.
Yes, it is good. A lot of people were very impressed by the visual effects, and it still kind of holds up.
It does, yeah.
Of this or of the
Yeah,
The weapon
the
discharging.
destruction.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really
And this
cool.
is the
Yeah.
first Wraith ship, I think, to be destroyed since the expedition arrived in the Pegasus
Yeah,
Galaxy.
it's certainly the first hive, yeah.
Yeah, but this celebration is a little premature.
So why
Okay.
doesn't Atlantis have these lasers?
I don't know.
Chew on
Ask
that.
the ancients.
The ancients.
They were really hung up on their drones, which I always thought to be a silly idea. I mean, it's not as a single,
The squid
a
drones.
single weapon, complement.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have felt a disturbance in the Wraith Force right about now?
I guess he's actively, focused on Taylor's incursion.
I guess so. Cool. Ooh.
I just love the lack of hesitation here.
Oh, he was
He's
wanting
got
it.
to break that connection.
Yeah.
For how long?
He's got to wait till his body buffers.
That's it. They're so arrogant.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He can't.
But
So
this was a no-win scenario. Even if the weapon didn't malfunction here, he wouldn't have ever be able to clear all the cruisers and the hives.
no,
There's no way.
So the Nakoda generator there is only lit on the left-hand side. So I don't know if it's a VFX slip or it could be like a deliberate visual clue that something's wrong with the power supply.
Mm-hmm.
This shot right here is brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it's half unpowered, so yeah, it's probably a goof, but man, this is so
both Craig Ferroni and
I was pretty shocked when this happened.
I was too. It
Yeah.
suddenly ish got real.
It did, yeah.
So
very quickly.
Craig Ferroni and Martin Wood discussed why Grodin's death works. So the main characters weren't going to die, and Atlantis obviously survived. So the writers needed someone whose death would carry some weight without derailing the show. And unfortunately for Grodin, he fit that description perfectly. So he's prominent enough for the audience to care, but not essential to the series going forward. And one commenter on Malotzi's blog said that Grodin didn't exactly sacrifice himself, but he had the moral courage to recognize nothing could be done and made sure no one else died with him. So it's
a great
bit of a gut
moment
punch,
of acting
but
for David.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And their little sibling ships, they are perfectly fine.
So Grodin isn't forgotten. I think later in the series, Zelenka toasts those that have been lost along the way with Ronan, and he specifically raises his glass to Peter.
That's right.
And the tie-in novels also honor him when the team encounters a similar ancient satellite. McKay sabotages it using Grodin's earlier findings and
Chuck.
prompting Shepard to say Peter would have been proud.
That's it. Very,
So
very
his
nice.
legacy lives on. And this speech here from Weir is very honest. Like, she doesn't promise them victory or safety.
Nope.
I think is honestly, I think it's more compelling than false bravado would be.
This to me is peak Atlantis.
I agree.
Like, I'm getting chills.
Goose pimples.
What?
Goose pimples and goosebumps.
There are a lot of similarities between this Weir and the brief speech she gave before dialing Atlantis and Rising.
Yeah. Well, it's the counter of that. It's like, look, we may never be able to return home, and we may not make it. And here I am making what is basically another chunk of that same speech.
That's right.
Absolutely. It's the same stakes, almost. And someone online commented on the flourish that David Nicol plays that keyboard in like a piano.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Code, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's very there is a finality to it.
So this is a pretty dark of Shepard. I don't really know if you've seen him go this dark before, because he's just pummeling poor Bob here with bullets and watching him die slowly. Do you think killing him is practical or personal? Like, there's no point keeping a prisoner when you're about to abandon the city.
I don't think he wants to take the risk of this thing killing more of them. Plus, I suspect keeping him alive would have been a lot more paperwork.
Boy, that's a heavy one. Yeah. So, yeah. Alpha Side is compromised, satellites destroyed, Grodin's dead, Bates is in a coma, and there's still 2 hive ships on the way.
Yep.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. Will, thanks for joining us. That was The Siege Part 1. You. This is the Wormhole Extremists. Alrighty, gang. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm feeling...
Wow is right.
A little bit sad. A little bit sad.
The hour
Poor
growth
Grodin.
late.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Nicole? Nope. I'm sorry, Yvie. I'm going to do this for a while.
That's okay. What did I think? I think it's a great episode. The only thing that I guess frustrates me is that this outcome didn't come a little sooner, because I just really feel like they are dragging out the Wraith are coming, the Wraith are coming. You know, it's been like 4 episodes or something, and I think they could have reached this conclusion a little bit quicker perhaps. But this build up is spicy. It's getting good, and I like that they were able to use the satellite that they hinted at in a previous episode. Is it the Defiant one when they saw that? Was it the Defiant one? Yeah, and I like that they've gone back to revisit that. Grodin's death, devastating. I mean, he wasn't a major character, but you know, you kind of grew to appreciate him, and you know, it's a loss of a familiar face. So I think I'm going to give this. I think it's a pretty solid episode. I think I'm going to give it. Oh God, probably a 5. Yeah, I don't know if it's quite 6 worthy, but yeah, it's a good solid 5. Yeah.
William?
I remember watching this in 2005 with Moebius. You know, that's why we're watching it together. To go from that to this, and maybe that helps put in context. I don't know how much they were. I mean, obviously they were talking about one, what goes on in one series versus the other. I'd speculate as to maybe one affecting the tone of the other. As far as how heavy they wanted both to feel or not so heavy. But I adored this episode when it first aired. I adore it now. It carried. It was one of those episodes that when it ended, you look at the clock and go, has it already been an hour?
Where's the time gone? Yeah.
So that's always a good measure of a really good TV show in my book. So again, not treating all, not grading all three parts, but just part one, I'd give it between I would give it a 6 solidly. I mean, it's everyone gets a good moment in the core cast. I think Gordon's death had the correct amount of gravity to it. And it moved things along, as you said, Yvie, after a very long time of teasing this. It's happening, and it's
not movement
there. And it's not going to go clean. So yeah, especially in the context of where I think a fault of later Atlantis specifically was that the protagonist became almost you can almost guarantee that no one would suffer long term. There'd be no sacrifice, even even in the B character lineup.
I think that's a good observation.
Yeah, to have Grodin go the way he did, I thought was extremely mature and well executed.
There we go.
Sorry, guys, I think my internet connection is cutting in and out, so I apologize if I freeze.
No, it's all right. Grodin's death really hits hard and well. I said it in the show. I'll say it here. This is peak Atlantis, in my opinion. There's a lot going on here that really works, and the weight of this, I think they learned a lot from the 4-parter with There Before the Grace of God and Politics and Within the Serpent's Grasp and the Serpent's Lair, that they pulled together to say, okay, we're going to outdo that. It is largely the same formula, right down to the clip show, but we're going to outdo that with this one. And I think it's done really, really well, given all of the moving parts that they had. They were doing 40 episodes.
It's incredible.
In 2004. Give me a break. That's nuts.
Yeah.
This is a 6.
This is a 6? Yeah. Yeah, it's a solid episode. I was going to mention as well that I think William touched on this, that all of the characters, unlike previous episodes, and I think we've discussed this in other episodes of Wormhole Extremists, but they all seem to have a role. They all seem to play a part. There didn't really appear to be any of the main characters that were on the back burner of this episode. They were all doing something, which I think is a criticism that we've had in the past. So that was good to see as well.
For sure. That's a really good, valid point to bring up. Let's have a look at the ratings here. Anthony, this is a 6 for me. Lockwatcher, this is a... Whoa, it's jumping forward. Lockwatcher, this is a 6. With all parts, a 7. Just love the Siege episodes. Was hoping that Grodin would continue in the series. If I was Chuck the Technician, I would get very nervous. Jed Ted, the Wraith salivating at the end at the thought of feeding on Earth. I think that was blood, but maybe he was talking about the saliva and then the blood. Yeah, for sure. Anthony, Nicole voted the Siege Part 1 a 4 earlier before she had to depart. Very good.
Okay.
All right. Stuart Miller, 5 chevrons for me. Let's see here. Raj Luthra, my rating is 6 out of 7 chevrons. Wish Peter was in SGA longer. I'm surprised that Peter did not wait until all 3 hive ships are lined up and then fire the weapon. That not necessarily are going to get that from that vantage point. They're not necessarily going to come in and do a one of these. One's all that's necessary. They didn't need to line up.
Yeah.
Unless there was something in dialogue that I missed.
Yeah, they didn't know how the weapon was going to react, I guess. They didn't know how strong the beam was going to be.
Yeah.
So
AUDHD Punk Heather 38. I guess a 6. I've watched Stargate Atlantis over and over again. It helps when you have ADHD and can see it over and over again. That's for sure. I think I covered everybody. So, man, that's it, guys. That's what we've got here. William,
Wow.
thank you for joining us for this episode. That was really cool. And,
Yes, we
for
appreciate
pinch
the
hitting on short notice.
involvement.
And yeah,
Yes, it's been
Means a lot
fun
to have you
having
here.
you.
I appreciate you all, and thanks for having me. Thank you.
it's so nice for the guys to outnumber the girls for once. I was going to be more crude, and I'm like, I know, let's just
It's
keep it like this.
two
So,
guys, a girl, and a Stargate series.
that's it. That's it. That's the rebranding. That's what we're going with. God's sakes. All right. Dan Ben 07, 5 out of 7. Nicole popped back in. Hope everyone had fun with William. So very good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think you might have missed a rating, maybe.
Where did I miss a rating?
Katie is saying, or Kathy, sorry, is saying that
Kathy.
you missed them.
Kathy gives it a 6.
He missed me. She did give it a 6.
Yep,
Kathy's
I
called 6
appreciate-
chevrons. I appreciate and respect. Thank you. I appreciate and respect when a show realizes the stakes can be enhanced by killing off a liked character.
Excellent.
I was genuinely
Yes.
shocked and saddened when Gordon died. Guys, next time, just do me a favor and keep the chatter to a minimum when the ratings section comes in, because I am not as quick as Nicole was. So
You
she's
just need
15 years my
practice.
junior. That I perhaps so. Yeah. Yeah. Craig Ferroni returns as Peter's son or another character. So yeah, well that would be nice. Yeah, but he's a big real estate broker in Vancouver now.
He
He's up
is.
there.
You
We've had him on the
interviewed
show,
him.
and he was fantastic. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's doing
Very
a
much
doing
so.
a swell job in the real estate industry, making a name for
Lockwatcher
himself.
says you are still outnumbered. I can math. Maybe he's talking about something else. William, you are a boy, yes?
I do identify as a member of the male gender.
There we go. Hey, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. Guys, on that note, we'll see you guys next week for part 2 of Moebius and the Siege. We are the Wormhole Extremists.
Yes.
I'm David. That's Yvie. That's William. And we'll be right here at noon Pacific time next Sunday to talk. We've got Robert Murray
Absolutely.
Duncan, who played Seth, tomorrow, right here on Dial. Well, not right here, over there on Dial the Gate. I've got a couple of other episodes in the popper working to make manifest, I guess, working to render. I had a huge kerfuffle yesterday with trivia. We did a trivia auditions episode, and my computer spontaneously
Oh.
decided to reboot. I've never seen this behavior before. It crashed, and
Oh,
it
dear.
said Windows is restarting, and I didn't even have enough time to get my phone out and take a picture of it, and it immediately just started whatever. So I went back. My Firefox was all gone. All of my links and buttons, everything had to be logged back into. Anyway, not
Great
gonna all
timing.
bore you.
Jeez.
That's it. It's Sunday.
That's
Go out.
annoying.
As Tatsu said to his ninjas in training, go play. All right, guys. We'll speak soon. Thanks for tuning into Wormhole Extremists. Bye, everyone.
All the
Thanks,
best,
everyone.
everyone. Take care.
Bye.